real time. Hey everybody, it is Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life. This is going to cut up and you are going to have this be done again. But I forgot half the things we were supposed to do for this interview. If you would like to follow me on any of my handles, so I'm Christy's Beautiful Life everywhere with the exception of Facebook where it's just my name. My Facebook is boring. Anything that I post on Instagram goes to my Facebook. So please don't feel like you need to add me on there. It's exactly the same. And my Instagram, so Christy's Beautiful Life. And here I'm Christy's Beautiful Life. We were supposed to talk about our goals for 2021 and I forgot that part. So the plan here for me mostly is just to get through scrapbooking and using as much product as possible, just because I have such lovely things that I would like to use up before I buy a whole lot of new things. I have just gone on a year-long spending freeze with a few other friends and I did really well. Bought a whole bunch of stuff after that. And I'm now to the point where I'm still shopping and buying a little bit here and there, like the collections I want, but I still have so much amazing product that I would love to use and kind of get through. So I'm actually just wrapping up my 30 days of sketches, if you're not aware for any reason, with all of the people, amazing crafters that have been playing along. And April is kind of my break between starting another series for Crystal, who's Pineapple Papers, and then another round of 30 days of sketches. So yeah, it's just lots of scrapbooking and having fun and being creative and just using my stuff and having fun. Really, that's all the point of this hobby, is to have fun and create layouts that you love. It's for you and your family, and as long as you're happy, that's all that matters. And I believe that for myself and for everyone else. So there's that little tie-in. Now will come the rest of the interview. Sorry about that, guys. Hello everybody, it is Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life and welcome to the Scrappy interview hop. So I received my questions from Ronnie Sue Scrapper. She gave me 5 questions and I have to record this in a really weird way. It's spring break, Barrett's napping, so we're gonna see how well I can do this. We're gonna see. So I know we're supposed to share a few of our favorite layouts, so I'm going to have those pop up and hopefully they'll be up in the corner that you always see them in. And you'll just see a few of maybe my top, 8 to 10 that I've done that I can find. And then there's a question here that I will try and post some more layouts about so that you can kind of see what I'm talking about as I'm talking about them. I have no examples to share. That would have been a lot of work, and with everyone home, I don't really have that ability. So question number 1, before I do anything else, thank you so much, Jen, for organizing this. It's so much fun, and I am just so thankful that you have gotten everyone together, and the idea of having it go from one person to the next is really cool. So thanks so much for organizing this for us. Question number 1 was, what started me on my scrapbooking journey? And honestly, I was grade school. My mom used to scrapbook using, creative memories and all of that. And I was so interested in what she was doing. And I loved to look through her albums. She used to do them 8.5 by 11. My grandma also scrapbooked. She's in a retirement home now, so she doesn't do it anymore, but she used to, in 12 by 12 format. And my aunt is a scrapbooker, so it was kind of just there. A lot of the ladies in my family were. So I got into it and wanting to do my own thing. I did it a little bit, got bored with it. I was in grade school. In high school, I got into it a little bit as well and did a little bit. And then I basically stopped from high school until mid-20s, basically. Met Sean, and then I started it up again. So that is kind of really, I'd say, full-on scrapbooking, kind of the way I do now, and being a part of the community that we have. Probably more, 20, I'd say 2013 for sure. That being said, I did used to scrapbook even when I was, the teenage into early 20s, I still used to, because I remember getting magazines and I used to have citrus twist kits and stuff. So I do remember being younger and doing it, but it just wasn't the same. So yeah, that's what started me is the ladies in my family got me into it, and it just has snowballed into what it is today. Question 2 is, has my style changed, and what are some of those styles? So there's the one I was talking about. So you'll have a few layouts pop up to kind of show you. Obviously, when I first started, it was sticker crazy and all of that. I don't think I have a layout to share with you about that. They're at my parents' house. Then it went into, I used to do the shapes too and all of that. I then went into, when I first started scrapbooking, the style was a little bit more distressed and stuff like that. So I have layouts like that. I went into a phase where it was completely white cardstock and pretty clean and simple. I went into that phase. I got into mixed media a little bit, so then there's a little bit of that. And then it's all kind of blended itself into how I scrapbook now. And I am a very eclectic scrapbooker. Like, I don't have one set style where I have to do something the same way. I still tend to lean towards starting the base of my layout with a white cardstock. That's what I like. So that's something that has kind of stayed consistent. I've just learned that I'm more like that. So more so than picking a pattern paper as the background. Now, don't get me wrong, I will do it. This is where my eclectic style comes in. But I do tend to do that. But yes, it's definitely gone through phases, and the styles that have happened within scrapbooking over the past however many years that is, I've definitely gone through that as well. And of course, I've been scrapbooking for so long, if you think about it that way. Obviously, I've gone through a few transitions. Then I've got question 3. So, favorite layouts and why are they my favorite? So I guess that kind of tied into what I was sharing, right? My favorite layouts tend to be ones that have a little bit of mixed media. I like my mixed media to be more on the subtle side or pre-mixed media background. I'm loving those now. Normally there's sequins involved, stitching involved, titles, anything with a really long title or a unique title that I found, that those tend to be my favorite because it's just what I like to do. So anything like that. And then of course you've seen a few of my favorite layouts anyways, so you kind of know what they look like. So there's that question. It's hard to pick favorite layouts, right? All of them are your favorite when you're creating them, I feel. And then as time progresses, you've got some that you prefer more than others. But yeah, I enjoy scrapbooking. I enjoy the process of it. I enjoy looking back on them. So all of it, they're all my favorite. Question number 4 is, are you happy with a quick layout as much as a longer one, which is more involved? The question was stated a little bit differently, but that was the basis of the question from Ronnie. And I never do a quick layout in the sense where it's like a 10-minute project and I'm done, because of having 3 little kids at home. I always have to do things in stages. So I'll start something, I'll do mixed media, let it dry, walk away, do whatever I need to do, come back, play, see what I like, walk away, come back. So I never do a quick layout. But in the sense of the actual amount of time it takes to scrapbook, yes, there are times where the simple, quick, easy technique layout I enjoy just as much as my complicated stitching for hours layout. That being said, I do tend to really enjoy when I've taken time on a layout, and I have done some pretty crazy stitching on some layouts, and they're just so much fun because there's so much texture to them and all of that. So I would tend to enjoy the ones that I've taken that much time with. It's almost like because you spent more time with the layout and with it, it's just more ingrained in your brain and all of that. So I don't know it's my favorite layout because of how involved it is, or just because I spent so much time with that particular layout. And the last question, which is actually a hard one for me, is my top 5 tools. And then we're not supposed to say like scissors or adhesive or anything because those are all staples. I don't really use a lot of tools, I'll be honest with you. I have my cut file machine, so that would definitely be my number one that I received. And it's the portrait, so it cuts 8.5 by 11. I'm learning to use cut files more and more, and I'm enjoying it more and more. Daisy said that once I started, I would get addicted, and I am noticing that. I am starting to really enjoy working with them, and sometimes they just help drive home the point of the story you're trying to tell in a better way than anything else could be. So that would be my top tool for sure. But honestly, I don't have a whole lot. When I want to do circles, and I have 2 circle punches that sometimes I use. But sometimes if I want to do circles, I use a plate or a coffee mug, or my toilet paper technique where I take a toilet paper roll and spray some mist into it. I tend to do a lot of stuff like that where it's kind of whatever I have on hand I'm using, more so than using tools. So I guess maybe my needle for stitching, if that could be considered a tool. And if you can consider like Pinterest and Instagram and like using the computer for inspiration as a tool, I think that would probably be it as well. But other than that, I don't have a lot of tools. I'm not that type of a scrapbooker. So I did pretty good. I've kept this just about under 10 minutes. So that makes me happy. I loved these questions. It was really fun. I hope you got to get to know me a little bit more. And yeah, I sent my questions on to the Scrappy sisters, so Katie and Jess. I absolutely adore both of them. They are so much fun, and I love their scrapbooking, so I cannot wait to see what they come up with for their answers to my questions. And they will be up to I'm not sure, we might all be posting this on the same day, so they will, if you're watching this in line, they are who are next. Otherwise, I hope you're having fun just hopping around and seeing everyone's interviews. They're all going to be different because they are all sent by different people. It was really fun. We had a list and we all sent on to the person behind us, and then of course the last person sent back to I think Ronnie was first in line. So that is how it all worked, and I had so much fun participating in this, and I hope you enjoyed seeing a few of my layouts. Again, just thanks so much for spending some time with me. I'll see you all soon. Bye.